Hello everyone and welcome to another ranking video. No, it's not logos. No, it's not jerseys, and it has nothing to do with hockey. We're going to take a look at some plane designs. Now, if you guys don't know, maybe you're new to the channel and you haven't been here for a while, I'm a big aviation geek. My father's a pilot, my uncle's a pilot. Aviation kind of runs through our blood. And I mean, there's even aviation vlogs on this channel. I went flying with my dad over Prince Edward Island. If you want to go check it out, it's still on the channel. Just go to the main page and search post to post. I don't even remember what I called it. A flight over PEI, I think I called it. But yeah, we're here to look at some paint schemes of actual commercial jets. I'm talking about, American Airlines and WestJet and Air Canada and Sunwing and stuff. Now, if you've been paying attention, all the names that I just named are from North America. So this might end up being a series where we kind of visit each region of the world and kind of rank their plane or the commercial plane designs based on paint scheme and whatever else that I like. But right now we're going to start with North America because, hey, that's where I live. I live in Fredericton, New Brunswick, Canada. So North America it is starting off. Now, I've got some help here. I got some help from William. He sent me the images, and he did the due diligence of trying to find the most prominent airlines in North America. Now, there are big-time players on this list, and then there are kind of small-time players like Porter Airlines and Sunwing. I would consider kind of a low tier, no offense to Sunwing, but kind of a low tier carrier. I've ranked these 1 to 20. We're going to go through them 20 to 1, my least favorite to favorite. It's going to be a journey because some of these are wild and wacky and some of them are pretty boring. Let's start it with the boring. In my opinion, subjectively, number 20, Porter Airlines. Now, Porter does a lot of flying in Canada, and maybe strictly Canada. I'm not exactly sure if they do dip into the States. I'm sure they probably do. But to me, this is just a very generic paint job. You've got some color on the back tail, but it's just the name. It looks like wallpaper. So not digging that. Number 19, this company is called Viva Aerobus. I've never heard of this company, so it's probably either maybe a Mexican company or United States, but I've never seen this company in Canada. It's not a bad design. Like it's interesting, right? There's color on there. It's eye-catching, but it almost feels a little bit childish with the not beach balls, but they kind of look like pool balls a little bit. But I don't know. It feels a little bit childish to me. Number 18, I put Aeromexico, and I mean, it's really hard to hate on some of these other than the first one that I talked about. I really kind of like all the rest. You got some swooping lines here, which, give movement, which obviously makes sense with a plane. You got some kind of logo there on the tail, some colors that work well together. Even though this is ranked low, it's not that bad. It's just a little bit boring. Number 17, I put JetBlue. And I'll say this right now. Some of these companies obviously have different paint schemes for different planes or different, I don't know, maybe Air Canada uses a specific paint job on a 737, but on a 767 it uses something else. I don't know. I'm just going with the most popular paint scheme for each, or the one that I like most, I guess, for each one. But JetBlue here, it's kind of kiddish a little bit with the balls on the back, but at least the colors match, and it's a little interesting for sure. But overall, the rest of the plane, like the fuselage, it's just white. It's kind of boring. Number 16, Valeris Airlines. I love the splash of color on the back. Again, mostly white or all white fuselage, but at least we get a little bit more color, a little bit more interest in the tail and on the engines as well. Number 15, I put Air Canada. So as a Canadian, hurts a little bit to put the Air Canada planes this low. And I've seen some amazing Air Canada designs. However, the majority of them look basically like this. You've got a tail that's a solid color. Sometimes it's black, sometimes it's red. And then you have that Air Canada logo on there. It's not a bad logo. It's a pretty attractive logo. It's simple. But overall, I think relatively these are kind of boring compared to some of the other ones you'll see. Number 14, I put United Airlines, and it's absolutely one of the most recognizable paint schemes, I think, in North America at least. And it's not bad. I mean, that tail, I've seen that tail for decades, basically, in that kind of same design. So it's not bad. It's just And there's nothing wrong with keeping a design that long. It's just maybe a little bit. Give me something new, just to show me some interest, or so I get interested a little bit more. Number 13, I put Delta. I've flown Delta. I've had good experience on Delta, and I love the colors here, blue and red. They work well together, but you also have a deeper shade at the back, giving a little bit dimension, which also matches the logo up on the fuselage. Number 12, I put Air Transit. Yeah, Air Transit. We've got all kinds of stuff in here. We've got word marks. We've got logos. We've got a gradient. It's pretty visual, but it's almost a little bit too visual. All those words kind of run together a little bit. Some are overlapping, it looks like. Different colors. We got white. We got what looks to be burgundy or maroon, a light blue, some green, a red, a pink maybe, I think, up there, and a purple near the back. That's kind of, it gets lost in the blue. It's not bad. It is eye-catching. It's just a little bit muddy. Number 11, Sun Country Airlines. Now here's what we're talking about. There's that splash of color that I want. The whole front half basically of the plane is a complete solid bright orange color, which is awesome. And the tail is really interesting as well. But it's almost too much. And either go all the way or just give us like a little bit. There's no real primary color here. Is it white? Is it orange? I don't know, but it's not bad. I'm just being super critical. Number 10, I put Sunwing. I've never flown Sunwing, but I've seen Sunwing at airports. Just a simple design. You got some color on the winglets, on the engine, the tail, and it's not just the tail. It kind of swoops down near the back. Yeah, I mean, I like to see that color on the wingtips. Not a bad design. It's a little cheesy, but it makes sense with the brand. Not that the brand is cheesy. I just mean like it looks very sunny, and they fly to sunny destinations. Number 9, I put Interjet. I love these colors together, dark blue, white blue, and I really love the dimension and flow here that kind of comes up and near the belly, up and around the wing, and back down towards the tail. Just has a really nice like leading lines on this plane. Number 8, Alaska Airlines. You get the light blue, you get the dark blue, which I just said I liked in the previous one, but you get that kind of punch of green in there, that almost lime or bright green. It makes it just makes it stand out a little bit more, and then you have that same kind of design scheme on the wingtip or the winglet, and also the engine as well. And then big boom, Alaska right on there, so you know where this is going or where it's coming from. Pretty cool. Number 7, I put the Hawaiian Airlines. And this is exactly what I would expect to see from a plane based in Hawaii or a company based in Hawaii. You have the colors, you have the imagery of the girl there with the flower in her hair. I would expect to see maybe a little bit more color in the rest of the fuselage, but I love how those flowers, or like the flower that's in her hair, I don't know what kind of flower it is, it doesn't really matter, but the same flower, I think, is again multiplied down below, but in purple and different shades of purple, and kind of comes down the plane into the back end fuselage. I really like that. Number 6, I put WestJet. I've flown WestJet, and I really like it. They're pretty consistent in their paint schemes. Now they do have some specialty planes, like I'm sure most of these airlines do, but WestJet specifically has a Disney plane, and I'm not a big Disney fan. I've barely watched any Disney movies, but it's a really pretty plane, and it's really cool to see in person. But this design, their popular design, it's unique. You've got some blues, shades of blue in there. You got some teal or some greens. I just think it's clean. It's a really, really clean design. Colors that work well together. Big giant text on the front letting you know what company it is, and it's just a really simple, clean design. Number 5, I put Allegiant Air. And I'm not ranking these based on reliability, obviously, but Allegiant Air, although their reputation may not be the greatest, I really like this paint scheme. It's like, it's boom, in your face. Travel is our deal. It literally says it on the plane. The colors work well together. You get that splash of sun in the back that just hits you. Like, we're flying to some nice places. And, I mean, if you're a company that specializes in that, you want people to know, regardless of looking up your company or reading your name or whatever, like, you know that this plane probably flies to some sunny destinations just based on the design. So props. Get that one? No props in here though. Well, kind of. Number 4, with Spirit Airlines. It's just, remember earlier how I said either give me all of it or give me none of it, or just a little bit splash. This is all of it. This is just boom, it's in your face. It's one big solid color of yellow or gold. I think I would say it's yellow, not gold. And then boom, just Spirit on there. I mean, it's really simple. It's probably pretty ugly in a lot of people's mind, but guess what? It's my ranking and I like it. So number 4. In number 3, I put Frontier. Now, Frontier seems to have a wide variety of paint schemes, but kind of using the same template. They've got their name big on the plane, which is awesome. I really, really like that. And then their tail is unique for, I think, maybe every plane or most of their planes. They like to switch it up a lot. So I'm going to show a couple of images here, but I mean, there's a turtle on one. There's a ram, what looks to be a fox, a Bambi or a deer. I don't know what the heck that other thing is. It's not a raccoon. I don't know what that is. I don't think it's a mongoose. Maybe it is. I don't know. Anyways, I mean, it's just different. They're just adding a little bit of personality into their brand, and animals are cute, so why not? Number 2, I put American Airlines, and this really comes down to the fact that it's kind of like, if I could relate it to hockey, the Montreal Canadiens, the Toronto Maple Leafs, Chicago Blackhawks, New York Rangers, Boston Bruins, like those original kind of logos and schemes. I know the scheme changed and the jersey changed, but I mean the logos basically have remained the same since those teams were created, and I think for good reason. They are legendary. They are the original, and I kind of feel like this design, even though it's been modernized, even though it's a little bit different, to me, the American Airlines planes always kind of looked like this, if I can remember correctly. Maybe I'm wrong, but to me, that's what they've always looked like. That's what I expect them to look like. The colors look great. It represents the actual company name and the brand. Obviously the United States flag colors are on there, and it also resembles it as well. So I really like this design. It's simple. A lot of people probably wouldn't have it as high as me, but to me it just says like, yo, we're American and we know what's up. Number 1, I've put Southwest Airlines. Primary color is blue, so you hit me with it all, but you gave me the secondary and tertiary colors of red and yellow at the back, only the back, which is awesome. Not only did we get the color, not only did you give me all the color, but you also gave me dimension or movement because of the way that the stripes go along the back. And it's just in your face and bold and eye-catching, and I really like that. Like, I want to see a plane take off and maybe rather look at the sun because it's a little less blinding. That's kind of a good thing for me. So anyways, this is kind of a silly video. I don't even really know if anyone should be ranking plane designs, let alone an uneducated person like myself. However, it's pretty fun. So let me know down below in the comment section which of these designs you like the most and which one you didn't. If you'd like to see me continue the series and do some designs from around the rest of the world in certain regions, let me know which one or which region or which country you'd like to see me do next. I would love your feedback. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Make sure you hit the subscribe button down below and the like button. I'll catch you in the next one. Adios.